In that spirit, I'd like to take a few minutes to share about why I believe specifically that the stories that we tell our children, will shape 7 generations into the future and beyond, and why I have chosen storytelling, specifically focused many of my books on younger readers. Because authoring and editing books is a way to heal the part of myself that didn't get to recognize myself in books as a 40-year-old, almost 41-year-old Black woman who didn't get to see bookshelves that look as diverse as they do now, and we need many, many more diverse books to even get close to where we need to be. Every time I edit or write a book, I ask myself, what will the stories the next generation will inherit say about us when we're gone? The reckoning I told you about led me to start asking these questions. Becoming officially middle-aged led me to ask these questions. You know, I'm kind of on the younger side of the look spectrum. Thank you, melanin. But it's really been a reckoning when I realized, 40. And when I had that conversation with myself, it made me think, there's a little bit more intention I'm thinking about how I walk in this world, what I speak, what I'm modeling to the next generation. If I talk to myself in a way that isn't honoring my experience as a woman and my power and my sovereignty, what does that say and what does that show the next generation? If I don't stand with a tall backbone, what does that say to the next generation? So that's why I write these books, and that's what I'm calling on you to contemplate by telling you my story and telling you about the books I write. I'm a Carolina-born girl. I was raised as an expat in Saudi Arabia. That's another talk and another story. But I came from a line of teachers, domestic workers, sharecroppers, moonshine makers, scholars, lawyers, fisherwomen, artists, and dreamers. And my mother would always just define those people as people who'd make a way out of no way. They would dream a better future than the one that was handed to us in the present. And so that family history of daring to speak up, asserting one's humanity at all costs, from the anti-lynching movement to the voter registration drives that my grandfather, who was born in 1911, led in Georgia and South Carolina. Can you imagine? Those things, those are in my DNA. Those are epigenetically in the blood to remind me that it's important for me to remember, to carry those stories, but also make sure that the next generations will never forget, and that the next generation will have the courage and power to also shape their own story and their own destiny. I learned from these AME Zion foreparents whose activism had roots and deep roots in the church, that cherishing our long-held stories and cherishing the spirituals, which also carried our stories that my enslaved ancestors would sing as a means to communicate, to educate, to organize, and rebel in a quest for liberation, that storytelling is powerful. So powerful that the people who enslaved and harmed and violated my people didn't want us to learn how to read because they knew how powerful the book, the object, was. They knew that the book, the ability to read, the ability to hold knowledge was so powerful that it could move masses, that it could ignite change, and that it could lead to public conversations about why things should be different. So for those of you who might be asking yourselves, why did I come to Omega and this chick is up here talking about books? I'm just saying that for me, books are the intervention. Books are revolutionary. Books are builders of empathy. Books build bridges and not walls.